Amma, Raye, absolutely. It's a family affair. All three sisters together. Tell me, what is the inspiration for doing this all together, going on tour, the three of you?
Well, to answer that, to jump in and just answer that, I think something that is so beautiful is ever since we was babies, we have just all lived and breathed music. It's kind of been something that hasn't been taught or forced. It's just been so natural. And I think if I wasn't here, each of these girls would have something insane that the entire world needs to hear. So it's only logical that I'm going on tour and my sisters are coming with me, you know?
Is there a protective element there? Because obviously you've had a rough time in the music industry. Do you want to look out for your younger siblings?
Do you feel that from me? Like my protective
Definitely.
vibe?
But it's also a good thing. I think so, especially writing for other people, I can see how protected I am in that. Like, I know a lot of stories with my female friends that have gone through a lot, but because my older sister's Raye, it's like, oh, no. It's true, though. It's true. It's like, no,
Wow.
won't move to her. Or they've already moved to you anyway, so won't move to her.
Nah,
They've already hit on you anyway.
it is...
Which is great.
But which is crazy that my baby sister's saying that, because you're in a studio environment as a young girl, like, you're your most vulnerable, do you know what I mean? And I'm fiercely protective of my girls. You know, even when we have discussions about, you know, even just having to handle disrespect in a studio environment, right? And learning how to navigate dancing around egos. Because these girls are also songwriters, so same way I came up writing songs for other artists. Abby and Lauren are writing songs for other artists. Even before you've delved into your artist projects, they've been writers, and it's such a different hat being a songwriter. And we share a lot of just funny stories about egos. We have to dance around in order to get the job done, you know? You know, and sometimes it requires encouragement, and sometimes it's really hard, and sometimes people are very disrespectful, and that's how it is when you're a young female up-and-coming songwriter. It's just a game. So I'm very protective of the girls and trying to give them advice and help them through it, and we talk about it and cry about it and go through it, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I want to ask you about your new music, because people are really excited. Where Is My Husband?
Yeah.
Already in the top 10 after just 1 week.
I don't know how that happened.
Tell me about the writing of that song.
There's a thing I miss in pop music today, which is that kind of Motown feeling, that classic feeling, that analog feeling. So I was really excited to really want to experiment with that quite vividly. Even like the Supremes inspired choreography with me and two backing singers, and wanting to bring two singers to be part of this song started with Where Is My Husband?
You said on TikTok
Yeah.
that it's not just a song, it's a manifesto. You want a husband in 2 years.
Do you know what? I think I have a long-term, like a 5-year plan.
Oh my gosh.
So my 5-year plan is put this album out first third of next year, first half of next year minimum, but hopefully first third of next year. So I need to finish it. It's going to take a lot of energy to finish, like a lot of heart to finish this album. It's great. Tour it with my sisters. Then
Good 5-year plan.
well, then ideally around that time, it would be nice, I think, to meet my husband kind of around then. Do you know what I mean? So like maybe 2027, end of 2027, or in that year would be great. Then we get married, and then we have a baby. And then hopefully, well, do you know what I want to do? I want to do enough groundwork in the next year or 2 years, enough groundwork that I could just take like a year off or 2 years off, and then I can come back and like my career's not down the toilet because I took 2 years off. Do you know what I mean? Because we know it's a very fast-paced.
You've got to keep your presence up, don't you?
It is that, it does feel that way, but I want to be able to earn the right to take some time off and have a life and start a family. Because my whole life has been music forever, do you know what I mean?
I love the idea, though, of putting out a single to attract a partner rather than having to go on a dating app.
Right?
Has it worked yet? Has anybody phoned you up and said, I heard the song, and by the way...
Nah, no. Someone wrote a number on a tissue the other day, and I was like, but it was just not my
Maybe next time.
You talked about the challenge of coming back to writing.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is your first record since that incredible night at the Brits where you got 6 awards.
Oh, yeah.
Did that put any different kind of pressure on you?
I think it's insane that, I don't know, like I find myself having to like remind myself that night even happened because it's still kind of like a fever dream. I think the pressure's just always going to be there. I think no matter where you're at as an artist, you always put that pressure on yourself. But the luxurious thing is the most pressure I think just does come from me, which is really nice because that wasn't the case in the past. But yeah, this is pressure from my own brain. Yeah.
And if there is pressure from your own brain, how do you set it aside and unlock?
I think honestly, like my faith is become a really big part of how I handle a lot of things in my life. You know, we've talked deep in the past about sobriety and, you know, dealing with trauma and dealing with the dark things of my past. And I think my sisters can hopefully advocate that I've become like a lot more together in the last like, year or two.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So different in a good way.
A lot of work has been done. I was a mess before. Do you know what I mean? But,
You were just struggling, I think.
Yeah.
But now you've really matured. I remember you being like, I have to grow up, I have to grow up. I'm not young anymore, I have to grow up. You are young. But it was that mindset of like, you're not just gonna one day wake up and be an adult. Like you actually have to make the transition yourself.
Yeah.
And I think you really did that, so.
Thanks, Lars.
That must have been hard for you guys to watch, though, as Raye was struggling.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of difficult for a little bit of time, but we've made it so far, and it's actually made us a lot stronger.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot stronger.
Yeah. There was a point it was bad though.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
We're not going to go into detail. That was, yeah. It's a hard thing, and I think maybe that again increases my feeling of protection over these girls because it's hard to prepare yourself for that, the volatility and the kind of roller coaster of a journey that attempting to have a career in music comes with. You know, it is tough, but my faith and my family have been my anchor. So I'm feeling so much better as a person over the last year or two, and also working hard to be a better sister, you know. I think you can lose sight of those things. Your career can become, this matters more than anything else, and you can really lose your way, and that's a sad place to be. So I'm really happy about the balance I've found at this point in my life. Yeah.
And last question. Obviously, you've all got your own careers. You're going on tour together. When do we get a joint album?
That's 1,000% happening in our lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we don't know when, right?
Yeah.
A Christmas album.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I can't do Christmas.
No.
Really more like a gospel album.
A gospel album would be better, or just somewhere where we can experiment and have fun, and we can have a gospel song and push boundaries. And Rachel's like a jazz album.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think in like 5 or 6, 7 years, when we're just musically so in.
You think it'll be 5 or 6? I bet you money we're going to do it before.
You think?
100%.
I love that.
5 years, 1 baby, 1 gospel album. Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time.